The reason why Megan Ashley and B. Simone broke up is because Megan became B. Simone's equal. And that is the reason why they broke up. When they first started, Megan was B. Simone's assistant. And when they decided to do this podcast, it probably was B. Simone's idea, because I'm not even going to hold you. B. Simone, she knows marketing, she knows social media, she knows this. And she was going in thinking about, oh, we talk about our friendship. It will resonate with a certain community. It will take the stigma against me off, because it'll show me as being human. It'll show me on my spiritual, journey and things of that nature. But through this podcast, Megan discovered herself. And whenever you discover yourself, you start to create boundaries. And you also start to see yourself in a different light, because Know For Sure podcast was probably the only time that Megan ever felt like she could show up as her authentic self. And it resonated with the community, and the podcast blew up. They had merch, they had all of these different things. But people are not talking about how some friendships only work in certain instances. Like, some people feel like they can be friends with somebody because, say, for instance, one of the friends wasn't, beautiful enough, or, you were the better looking one, or you were this, you were the skinny one, you were the fat one, you were this and this and this. And yes, your friendship holds on for a while until growth happens. And that's when you know the true testament of friendship is when growth happens. If your friends are not, celebrating you at your elevation, or even giving you tools to become a better person, and not feeling any kind of need for reward, or I did this type of energy, that's how you know that you have true friends. Their breakup after 20 years of friendship, through those 20 years, B. Simone was the star. She was the star. She was the one who left wherever she was living in Dallas, Texas, decided to go and be in Atlanta, blew up on the internet, billionaire B, and all these different things. Megan was married with kids, dealing with a child who had autism. So those are two different lifestyles. Know For Sure put Megan in the space to dream bigger. And with dreaming bigger, sometimes your behavior changes, or sometimes it stays the same, but the partner wants it to always be on the level of I'm above you. Because B. Simone was already a millionaire. B. Simone had already been living the life of being out, being able to do those different things. Megan was a housewife. Through Know For Sure, Megan grew strength. She divorced her husband. She was able to make money enough to be able to support herself. And then she drops another podcast because they broke up, and it's still doing numbers. It's still making Megan a star. So that's what people aren't talking about. People aren't talking about the fact that Megan used to be, on a different level, and now that they were equal, B couldn't take it. That's that. That's that.
Then they are not friends. If you need me to elevate you, then you call me a friend, then I'm not your friend. I'm just a tool that you utilize to feel better about yourself. People do not realize that there are things that they call friendship, and they're not really friendships. They're just people who utilize us to achieve their gain, okay? They don't want us to do better than them because they don't see us doing better than them. That is not friendship. And people be like, you don't see the signs earlier on. You do. You just missed them. Okay? You only get, because, okay, before we even go there, the only reason you miss it is because you do not want to see it. You do not want to see that this person does not care about you the same way you care about them. This person dims your light. You see, let's say, for example, someone compliments me and my friends, and you're used to people over complimenting you in anything that you do, maybe in your beauty, in your success, your everything that you do about yourself. Maybe they congratulate you the most, and I don't really get to shine, the way that you do. And then suddenly, on that big thing that you expected applause from, I get it. And then you'll be like, oh, it's just a one time thing, and you dismiss that. You dismiss it. I dismiss it. I'm like, ugh, probably, it's nothing important. She's just sad. No, this person is revealing their character to you. Okay. You dismissing it is a sign of a red flag. Okay. This person does not care about you. Okay. This person is upset that you're starting to get recognition. You're starting to do better. And I remember watching a movie like The Godfather, and that old man who used to sit on the chair with the husky voice, he was the one telling some guy that you don't have to treat your subjects bad, but you don't have to treat them good either. You have to treat them in between, where they don't see that they need you, but they need you enough to keep on coming back to you. I hope I'm making sense, okay? But that's what I could really remember from that. And I took it, I'm like, oh, I see. That's how life works, basically. There are people who don't see that, especially if you are naive, and the problem is not even you being naive, it's the world that we live in. It feeds on the weak, the naive. It feeds on people's insecurities. So you have to be cautious about the world that we are involved in. You have to be cautious. Otherwise, people are literally going to take advantage of you. And if someone does this to you, then they're not a friend. They've never been a friend. They're just opportunists. They're users. The people who are not willing, they'll be willing to put you on the platter if it meant they had to get ahead. And that is what she did. She put her on a blast to get ahead. Okay? And she was willing to utilize their friendship to market her new podcast. But people were asking, why do we take celebrities or famous people, influencers to hate? We shouldn't. It's not even about them. It's when you look at their lives and you analyze it and you be like, what can I learn about friendships? And then you introspect about your own friendship with the people around you. And you be like, maybe I have a snake in the grass, you see, and I'm not aware of this. So you utilize their situation to self-introspect. Okay, you don't look at it and be like, that can never be me. You don't know, because people tend to be blind in friendship, in love, they tend to be blind. So you have to have the caution in mind to keep that in mind, that there are people who wouldn't think twice if it meant selling their own kidneys, their own parents to get ahead. So be cautious about such friends, especially when you have signs of them and you keep on making excuses about their behavior. And this includes family as well. This is not just friends, it's family as well. So watch out. Watch out.